Alright folks, welcome to today's Nob Today. Today's Saturday, right? I had a couple of invites. Well, I had one invite for a friend to go karting today. But I chose not to take him up on that because, first of all, I'm skint. And to go karting's a bit of a luxury food item right now. Well, that's my way the wife puts it, Ken. It's a luxury food item. If I have a bar of chocolate, it's a luxury food item. To go karting, well, that's a luxury food item times 10. So, she took the boy to Dede's house. And I was left in my house all day today. I feel as though I'm a bit like suffering for the sake of it, you know what I mean? Because I could have went go-karting, I could have enjoyed myself, but I was a bit hungover for last night. And I just said, fuck it, I'll stay in the house. So I had a wank in the webcam as you do. Then they go back home. Well, I edited a video, a little bit of a video edit. Try to do something worthwhile in my day, you can. And then I've got an old friend out here who's a 76-year-old retired pensioner, and another guy who's a 44-year-old English teacher out here. So I phoned them up to see what they were doing, and they were going out tonight, so I went out and had a few swallies with them. Now, as is normal when you go out for a swally, you start with a general chit-chat, what's been happening in your life. You had your mum and dad across here, alright, they couldn't do this, they couldn't do that, they enjoyed this, they enjoyed that, fair enough. What's been happening in my life? Well, mother-in-law's been getting on my fucking tits, wanting to fucking shoot the wife, wanting to jump off a balcony myself, hanging her in there. But as you get a few more swallies down your neck, and believe me, I've had a few tonight in case you can't tell, I started going into the free man society stuff. I was trying to educate this 44-year-old in the fact that when you get a birth certificate, you're actually part of the state. He was saying, how are you part of the state? I said, well, we're all under maritime law. He said, they came what maritime law is. I'm saying, aye. When you go on a ship, the captain of the ship basically owns you. He can do whatever the fuck he wants to do with you. You're his property. So that's what I'm saying. The Queen owns you, right? So we are all the Queen's property, and she can do whatever the fuck she wants with us. And I was a bit pissed, and I was saying to him, look, I can't explain this very well. Basically, I can send you a few links. And he was saying, no, you are explaining it well, but I need to go for a pish. So I went for a pish, and I needed a pish as well. So I went for a pish, and we came back out. The subject had changed. You know how that sometimes happens? When you're getting deep in a philosophical conversation, or a conversation that can actually affect change in people's life, all of a sudden, the need for a pish comes up. And then they don't take up the subject after they've had their get out clause. So I never pushed it anymore, because there's one thing you should never do with this information, is to shove it down somebody's throat. Like for me, for instance, right, I believe that 9/11, there were certain people who organised 9/11 to further their agenda, right? And anyone who thinks that Osama bin Laden done it because he hates America, to me, needs their head looking at, right? But I'm quite prepared to have an open conversation with people who believe that, and I'll give my point of view of the story, because at the end of the day, I didn't care fuck all. And I'm always open to other information, because I'm a truth seeker, right? So therefore, to claim I know all the truth and somebody else can fuck all of the truth, then it's a bit hypocritical. Because I go with Robert Anton Wilson's maybe logic. Maybe Was Osama bin Laden did do the 9/11? Or maybe Dick Cheney and his cronies done it, or maybe there's a secret compartment within the American government who are controlled by Saudis, Zionists, Israelis, etc. Maybe they had something to do with it. Or maybe it was just Satan infiltrating people's psychology and getting them to bid his will on earth. Thy holy Father, as truth shall be told, etc., etc. So anyway, I had a good conversation with that, with him, and then after saying cheerios to those guys, I went to this other pub. It's called The Pub. It used to be Harmony Bar, but now it's The Pub, to see what changes had been made. They'd been there for 2 months, and there were some quite nice changes there. It was quite a nice bar, but they were playing some foreign music and I didn't understand it, and there's some of the girls in there, there's a table of 5 of them. I just wanted to chat them up, but they probably couldn't speak English, and at that point I was struggling to speak English as well, just like I am just now. So I just had another couple of beers in there, then came home on my bike. I cycled home on my bike for this pub, a kilometre in the dark. I did it last year, maybe 2 years ago now, right? I was with this other guy called Tony. He doesn't live here anymore, but anyway. We had this conversation. We both watched that Al Gore's Pile of Pish, but you might want to call it an Inconvenient Truth movie, right? So after about 10 pints we were discussing that, and we both said, oh fuck, the world's fucked up. Since then, of course, I've learned that global warming and Al Gore's Pile of Pish is a complete load of bollocks, and anyone that believes that, in my mind, isn't right in the heat. But again, what do I ken at the end of the day? What do I ken, you know? So, in that particular time, I took my torch. Well, I never had a torch. I had a safety lock on the bike, and I couldn't see it when I was trying to open the lock. It's 6451. There's my lock number, but I couldn't see it. So this time I took a torch out with me. You see, like that. It's a torch, and I managed to get the lock open on my bike today and cycle home. Now, there's probably a point to this story, but I can't really remember what at this particular juncture. The point I'm saying is, last year I believed this, and then I was talking to this guy the other day, and I told him all about Zeitgeist. Check out the Zeitgeist in this forum. I was saying, check out the Zeitgeist movie, right? Check out the Zeitgeist movie. Then you'll ken that 9/11 was an inside job, blah 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 blah. But since then I've discovered that the Zeitgeist movie, I believe now, is part of the agenda, the disinformation media that goes out there. So 6 months ago I was ramming Zeitgeist in this guy's throat, and I was saying, look, I apologise for ramming Zeitgeist, it's wrong. Now I didn't care what to ram in your throat. All I'm saying is I would like open discussion. That's what's lacking in today's society, is open discussion on the facts. You say what you say, I say what I say, and then we can move on with life. But what pisses me off is the way that people close their minds to not have any open discussion. That's what really annoys me. Now, I'm really going to hate to say goodnight. I'm going to hate to stop drinking because I've had way too much drink. Thanks for listening, and I'm going to lay off the swally for a while, so hopefully tomorrow night will be a sober Nob Today. But anyway, thank you and good night.